Welcome to our second to last episode of the season, and today we're going to the movies. We're talking all about the books that were better than the movie, the shocking movies that were better than the books, and the books we'd love to be turned into movies. Let's begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What are you currently reading?
I am currently reading Circe by Madeline Miller, I think it is.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, that sounds about right. About 15% it through, because I'm on the Kindle, but it's pretty good, yeah.
Nice, yeah.
I was meant to read it all throughout my holiday, and I did no reading whatsoever. I read, like, a little bit at the airport before I left, and then I had, like, one afternoon where I had, like, 20 minutes spare on the couch, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna read.
Yeah.
And then I fell asleep. So, not a lot of reading has
Yeah.
happened since a while ago, really.
No.
And I've also picked up, what's it called? An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I finally got around to that.
Yes. Have you?
No, I've literally
you've
just picked
started
it up.
it?
It's on my pile. It's ready to start reading.
Okay. So I have just recently finished this book, and I
Really?
really enjoyed
It's
it.
good.
Like five stars. Yep. But I don't know what I was expecting from it, so I kind of went into it with absolutely no expectations and very little, because like the back kind of gives you, like, it's a good description on the back, like a good synopsis of what's kind of happening, but at the same time I kind of wasn't, like, I hadn't really thought about it or reread the synopsis before I dived in, so it was kind of different than, I wasn't really expecting anything, but it was really good and I really enjoyed it. But it did take me quite a while to read it because it was one of those books where, like, you had to read, like, every word was somehow very engaging. So it was, like, kind of quite slow going, it wasn't, like, waffly paragraphs about trees. It was, like, good. It was good, like, really good.
Cool.
So, yes. I will be interested to know what you think about that when you finish.
Yeah, because when I requested it, for some reason I just didn't read properly and I thought it was another John Green.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was Hank. So
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting just another one of his. And then I got it and I was like, oh, wait, no, it's the other Green brother. They're brothers, right? Yeah. Yeah. The other Green brother. So I don't remember what it's about. I don't remember reading it since I read it on the little request sheet thing.
Blueby thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to jump in and see what I think.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. It's definitely not a John Green book.
No.
Like, at all, which is fantastic because, he's not John Green.
Yeah, no.
But, it's very cool.
I was also, that is technically all I'm reading, but I was also I was photographing the book club book for December, My True Love Gave to Me. I didn't realise all the authors that were in it. Like, obviously I kind of skimmed it, but they've got your Lani Taylor?
Yeah, Laini Taylor.
Laini Taylor, yeah. And then Jenny Han's in there. And who else did I say? Rainbow Rowell, we know that was in there. Stephanie Perkins. Oh, it's edited by Stephanie Perkins. That's why I knew she was in there. And some other cool people. But I didn't realise some of them were in there. And this goes out in December, doesn't it? So read it now with us.
Read it. Yes.
Go to
I'm looking forward to
bookshelf.
picking that up. I have to go and find it somewhere. I don't think I have it. No, I don't have it. So, I have to go and pick it up.
I can send it to you if you want, if I actually finish it in time.
Oh, yeah.
Like the last 2 months.
Yeah, that's a lot of authors.
Yeah. Looking forward to getting into it. Because it's all about Christmas. And I'm
Christmas,
excited for Christmas.
I love Christmas.
Although I've seen people already have Christmas trees up. Like, not shops, like actual people.
What? No, okay. So I love Christmas, but that's just wrong. It's still November.
Like, it's the 10th of November when we're recording this. And that's just crazy.
That's way too early. And I hope they're not live trees because they're going to be well dead by the 25th.
No, I'm pretty sure they were plastic.
Okay.
Or, that kind of thing. Yeah, because, like, by the time it actually gets to proper Christmas, you'll
be done, like,
bored of it.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that December the 1st falls on a Saturday this year. Because then it's like the Christmas decorating day and it's actually on December 1st. And it's
except
great.
for last year. Last year, we were all excited because we normally go and get our Christmas tree. We have a live a real one, Christmas tree. And we usually get it the first weekend of December. But here in Auckland, it's just so muggy and so hot at that time of year that we found last year our Christmas tree had thoroughly dried out by Christmas Day. And so it was it was quite brown and icky. So I think this year we're going to wait at least an extra week just to go and do that.
Yeah. I've always had fake trees, so
oh no,
I'm fine with shoving it up.
I love the real ones. Pine
I've just
smell.
never had one, so it's just...
Maybe this year's the year, Sophie. Maybe you can change it.
Oh, no.
Get a real one.
I can't be bothered. It's too much effort.
But they smell so good.
I feel like there's some reason, someone's allergic or...
Yeah, someone allergic.
Something like that. I can't really remember. I don't know. But yeah, we have a great fake one, and I love it. And it kind of putting up the tree is a whole thing instead of just shoving it up. You have to put it in its little bits.
Oh yeah,
and
it's actually assemble the tree.
Yeah, it's the same Christmas tree I've had. My parents' Christmas tree is the one that they've had since. Well, I remember putting it up. I think they've had it since I was born, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So it's the whole thing, setting up the layers and all that kind of stuff is just
so nostalgic.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. So I am currently reading absolutely zero books because I just finished Daughter of the Siren Queen by Tricia Levenseller. So she wrote. This is the second in a duology, and the first one was Daughter of the Pirate King. And the little kind of, you know how they do little blurby things from other authors who have read it and are yeah, you got to read this book. This on the front of Daughter of the Pirate King, it's readers should rejoice because we now have a Lady Jack Sparrow on our hands. So I was yes, Pirates of the Caribbean. So it's all about this pirate girl. And she's amazing. So that's the second book, and it was, I think, just as good as the first one. So if anybody's looking for YA pirate stories, Daughter of the Pirate King is a good one to go for. So I've just finished reading that. So my next one to pick up is either What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, or my library book, which I have out, which isn't due for a while, so I might actually read it after. A Sorrow, Fierce and Falling by Jessica Clues, and that's a third in a series which is called the Kingdom on Fire series. So the first one in that is A Shadow Bright and Burning, and that one's kind of about magic and things, but kind of set in, I can't remember what era it's set in, but back in the day.
Yep.
I want to say the corset era, but whenever they wore corsets. But it might be a bit later than that. Anyway, so those are my two next reads, which I'm looking forward to.
I think you should definitely read What If It's Us.
Yeah, I think I might have to read that as well.
I think you should.
Also because I've already bent the spine, so that might just be this is it. It's time.
Just get stuck in. It won't take you long.
No, exactly.
No.
Rocket through that. Yeah.
Cool.
I feel sometimes movie and show adaptations do a really, really good job, and other times they just fall completely flat. So are there any movies or show adaptations that you really enjoyed? You thought they did a really good job on everything?
Yes. Now, I wrote down To All the Boys I Loved Before and Love, Simon, but I don't really know if Love, Simon was excellent.
Yeah.
So, and I can't, I only have these two written down, but obviously there are so many great movies, all the Harry Potters.
Yeah.
They're not excellent, but they're still magical and great.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I really like the Hunger Games ones. And I recently rewatched those, but I still can't remember what they were really like.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to kind of think back unless you really, really loved a movie.
Yeah.
It's hard to kind of think back and remember if it was exactly as the book was or if they did a good job or not.
Yeah. Because there's one that I really liked, and I think it's I don't know what question or something, but it was really good and it was better than the book. But I can't remember what it is.
Great. And maybe I will mention it and you'll be maybe. It's that one.
Because before this, I sat at my shelves and I went through. I was like, "Oh, that's a good movie. Oh, that's a good TV show." Blah 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 blah. But I can't. It wasn't on there, so it must not be in my shelves. And I don't really know. I don't know. Yep.
Okay.
This is great content.
It's perfect content.
Maybe
so good.
Go for it, and then I'll lead off.
Yeah.
If I
I agree with you about Love, Simon. Like, I really enjoyed the movie, but at the same time, like, the book was definitely better. And I don't think the movie was amazing. However, still enjoyed it.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely wasn't bad.
This year, did you watch Murder on the Orient Express this year?
No, that reminds me, I need to download it or obtain it nicely and, like, you know, legally and everything.
Cough. Yeah, totally. So I read the Agatha Christie novel like years and years and years ago, but it's one of my favorite of hers. And there used to be, I don't know if it was BBC who did it, but they used to do old Poirot novels. So I think that I had seen an older version of it. But I also saw the 2018. Was it this year or last year?
Yeah, I think it was this year.
Yeah, the 2018 version. I thought they did quite a good job with that as well. The other movies / TV shows that I've really enjoyed were the Sherlock BBC series with Benedict.
Yes,
really enjoy that series because I've read some of the Sherlock Holmes series. I thought I love those. Amazing. And I quite actually enjoyed the Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law movies from back in the day. That was like 2007 or something, like a decent time ago. And they were quite different to other Sherlock Holmes kind of films and stuff.
I watched the first one recently.
Oh, yeah.
Because the first time I watched it, I fell asleep and missed what I thought was all of it, but like the first 10 minutes. But after watching it the second time, turns out I only missed like 10 minutes in the middle.
Oh,
and
really?
I think I just didn't like it, so I didn't remember it. And then as I was watching it, I was like, oh, no, I remember this. This is a bit lame. I don't really like this. But it was Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law, so I did love it, but I didn't like it.
I remember really enjoying them when they came out. But yeah, I haven't seen them in years.
No.
The other show that I've just watched is A Discovery of Witches, which is out in New Zealand in November on normal TV, by Deborah Harkness. And it's a series of 3 books, and I read the first one, which is A Discovery of Witches, back in like 2013 or something. So I read it a long time ago, and I've got the second and third books, but I haven't read them yet. But I've been watching the show and trying to remember if it's similar to the book, and I'm pretty sure like it's pretty spot on, and they did a really good job at staying quite true to the books, as far as I can remember, because it was 5 years ago. So internet, if you're listening to this and you're like, no, there's all these big things that are different, then please tell me, because I don't remember. But surface level, really enjoyed that show, which is like really, really new this year.
Yep.
And the Book Thief movie I quite enjoyed as well.
Yes. The Book Thief movie is really good. I do like it. I kind of want to go watch it now.
Yeah.
Like after this.
Yeah.
But I also have lots of other things to watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Were there any movie or TV show adaptations you didn't like? Like you just thought this is ridiculous. The book is not like this.
I have a list.
Great. Let's do them. Tell me the list.
I'm really bad in that I know that the movie or TV show is probably going to be worse than the book, but I still have high expectations, so then my expectations just are like destroyed when I actually watch it, so then I don't like it as much as I probably would have if I would be like, it's obviously it's going to be a movie, blah, 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 blah. So, and the main one is Ready Player One. I hated that movie.
Really?
Like, I think because I went with my boyfriend and he hadn't read it and he really enjoyed it, and I think if I hadn't read it, I would really enjoy it too. It was a really good movie. It's just, it was nothing like the book.
Okay. This is why you wanted me to watch it so badly, right?
Yes, this is why I wanted you to watch it.
We can talk about it.
Yeah, like, it kind of felt like they took the very start of the book and the kind of idea of the book and just thrown the rest of it away and restarted it.
Okay, so it's definitely one of those ones that is like loosely based on the novel of...
Loosely is the key word, yeah. Like, there was 3 challenges, but the challenges were totally different.
Really?
Yeah. It's not the same, like, I can barely even remember the book now.
Well, now I'm like, do I even bother watching it? I feel like maybe I should.
Yeah, I want to say no, but I also want to say, yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, at least it's not really, like, a week-long thing. It's just, you know, an hour and a half of your life.
Is it only an hour and a half, or is it like 2.5 hours?
I felt like it was kind of short, so maybe 2 hours. But
okay, all right.
I always say movies are an hour and a half, and they're never an hour and a half these days.
Yeah. There's very few movies that have 90 minutes on the back anymore.
Yeah, no. The, that's the next question. Okay, I'll come back to that.
Okay.
So I was going to say, I was on the plane for like 4 hours, and I could only fit in like a movie in a little bit.
Yeah, it's annoying, right?
So long. I'm like, I could have fitted 4 Dumbos in this, because Dumbo's like an hour.
I know, right? Like, Dumbo.
Gosh. I also really struggle at concentrating for as long as the movie is.
Yeah.
But I can happily watch series and episodes and episodes and episodes of a series in one go.
Yeah,
which is
but
like,
not
you know,
movies.
Loads. But yeah, a movie.
Yeah. It's funny, yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of leads... Oh, no, I have more than Ready Player One.
Yeah,
I have Divergent.
Tell me all of them. Okay, yep, Divergent.
Yeah, Divergent. I really wasn't a fan of the movies.
The movie, yep.
Yeah.
I don't think I've... What happened to the last one?
Has the last one happened?
I don't even know, because I feel like they didn't bring it out of the movies, but they were going to make it like a TV movie.
Okay, I'm searching now.
Shenanigan thing.
Divergent, Insurgent...
Allegiant?
Yeah. Because I hated that book for a start, so...
Oh, yeah,
doesn't really give much chance to the movie, but...
I feel like it has come out in some sort of form.
Yeah, it came out in 2016, but the 4th film was cancelled. So part 2.
Ah.
I think.
Well, that's why. Like, Blimmin' TV, like, movie companies splitting all the last books. Like, dial it back a notch. You can fit it into one.
Well, especially if you're not that great enough that you're going to cancel the...
Yeah, okay, so, but then I don't even know if I've seen half of Allegiant, like the first one.
It was released in March 2016.
Did it even come here?
I don't know. Apparently it bombed.
Hence why they cancelled.
Yeah.
The part 2, I guess.
Yeah, it led initially to budget cuts for the 4th film, but then they ended up... Oh, yeah, because they renamed the 4th one Ascendant.
That's right.
I don't think I've watched this either.
But also, now I'm like, well, if the 4th one never happened...
Does it just
then
end
is there any
weirdly?
point watching the 3rd one? Yeah, it did end on a cliffhanger, and for those people who haven't read the book...
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
I want to look into that. Did I even watch the second one? I feel like I did. Yes, I did, because she like cut her hair, and I really didn't like it when she cut her hair.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I have watched that. And then the third one I've got written down for this is Percy Jackson.
And so you didn't like the movie?
I didn't like the movie. And I'd watched the movie before I read the book, which I don't often do, but sometimes I do.
No. Yeah.
And it's different to the book, and it's confusing, and it's just a bit average.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it wasn't related to the book, it kind of was just an average movie. And then
yeah
there's a second one which I'm pretty sure I've watched, but I don't remember it, so it must be even worse.
Yeah
Yes. Yeah, which is really sad.
I didn't even know if there was a second one.
They could have done so much with that series and all the other series, but really average.
Maybe they should turn it into an actual TV series.
Yeah, they should, because that'd be cool. Like all the little mini expeditions they go on could all be like a single episode. They could fit so much more.
Hang on, give me.
So what ones don't you like?
Well, okay. So I really enjoy the City of Bones Shadowhunters series books by Cassandra Clare, but I really did not enjoy the City of Bones 2007 movie.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but I am really actually enjoying the show. The TV show Shadowhunters.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's definitely a whole bunch where I'm like, man, that's bad. Like that's bad script or it's bad acting at some points. But like as a whole, I'm still quite looking forward to the next episode each week when it comes out, or if it drops all the time at the same time on Netflix. I can't remember. So I'm actually quite enjoying the show, but I didn't like the movie.
I think I did like the movie. I just didn't like the ending.
See, I don't even remember.
I just remember the part where something, like, they explode the portal or whatever it is. I don't know, it's been a while since I've watched it or read it, and it all explodes and it's like snowing inside the library or something.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what?
That seems familiar.
This didn't happen. Plus, it's really weird that you've done it this way, and it's kind of like Voldemort exploding. It's just a bit like, what?
Yeah. What?
Yeah. So I did like it apart from the ending. And I watched the first season of Shadowhunters and it was alright, but I haven't watched any further.
Yeah, I think the reason I like the show is just because I like the story and I know the story, but there are things in the show that I'm like, that is like not even like a random character who will show up and kind of be quite central to one of the storylines. I'm like, no. So it's definitely like based on Cassandra Clare's series, but I think like I quite enjoy it.
I feel like it might have been the casting, because I really like the casting for the movie.
Yeah, I was just gonna actually say there were some good actors in the movie. They did quite a good job.
Yeah, I'm struggling to remember this.
But the other movie that I really didn't like, but I loved the book, was Eragon.
Yes.
Have you read that?
I did see that on my shelf because I have watched the film, and that's another one that I watched before I read as well.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah. I'm saying I don't do this much, but apparently I do.
Apparently, yeah. Yeah, I just remember not enjoying the movie, or maybe it wasn't that I didn't enjoy it, it was that it was just kind of meh, and like I wouldn't watch it again, especially because I loved that book so much. I haven't actually finished the series, even though it finished years ago, but so many books. So, but I just remember like things that happened in the movie, and I'm like, what even is that? My friend one of her main like qualms with the movie is that the dragon had feathers, and I can't remember, but that's always what she brings up. Like, the dragon had feathers. Why does she have feathers? So that wasn't I probably wouldn't watch that again.
No, there's quite a few that I wouldn't watch again.
Yeah. Did you at school have to read Tomorrow When the War Began?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so that's a John Marsden series. Yeah, Australian writer. So we had to do that at school, and I really enjoyed the book, and then we watched the movie. Except for I have a feeling that the movie merged a couple of the first couple of books together. And it was just like good timing on my part that after we had to read the first one in school, I went ahead and read the rest of the series, because like people in my class were like, well, that didn't happen in the book. I'm like, yes, but it happens in book too. They've just smushed them together. And I feel like I didn't quite enjoy the movie because they did that. But again, I haven't watched it in a while and haven't read the books in a while. But I feel like that whole series would be quite a good TV show. I think that would be, they could rejig that as a show, and I would watch that.
It kind of reminds me of the second Percy Jackson, because I didn't think about it until you mentioned that they smushed them. I'm pretty sure they pretty much smushed the last 4 books in the Percy Jackson series like in one.
Of Percy Jackson?
Yeah.
Really?
I feel like maybe it was just the second one and the 5th one, but there was definitely the end stuff together, and it was that kind of comes to me. We really should have watched some movies before we did this.
Maybe. That's okay.
There's so many movies and TV shows.
Oh. So many movies, so many books. I only got 24 hours, people. Are there any movies or TV shows that you enjoyed more than the book?
Yes.
It seems blasphemous to even say it, but there definitely are some.
There's that one that I can't remember.
Yes.
And I don't know what it is, but my main one is Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Because I tried to read the first Game of Thrones so many times before I watched the actual TV show, and I couldn't get into it. But after watching the TV show, like all of it, I'm slowly getting through the books now. Slowly. As in, like, I've only done the first two. But
that's 2 more than I've done. So I haven't even tried.
They're big, they have small text, there's a lot in it.
And like there's so many characters. Like I've seen the show, but I haven't read the books. I can imagine it like getting annoying and frustrating as well, because the chapters are like divvied up per character, right? Yeah.
Because I think that's why it helped watching it first, because you learn the characters. Because it's so much easier to learn characters when you have the face than just a name.
Yeah.
You remember it's easier to remember the face than to remember a name. So it's you remember it easier. and it's easier to follow when you know the person and all that kind of thing. And it's kind of fun going back and reading them after you've watched like the entire thing and like, oh yes, I forgot this happened. I forgot this person died.
Yeah.
They're still alive. Oh my god.
Yeah, because everybody dies.
Yeah,
that's true.
And it's kind of fun that they kind of went off the books, like they ran out of books and just continued off the scripts.
Yeah, they just keep going.
Not the scripts, the the manuscripts kind of thing, the ideas and stuff. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for the last season.
Yeah, okay, so glad you brought that up, because when I was watching the latest season, in my head for the whole season, I was like, this is the last season. Like, how the heck are they gonna, what? How are they gonna, and then I got to the end, and then I was like, okay, right, that's the end. And then my friend was like, no, there's a whole nother series, and I was like, woo, hallelujah, okay, good. Like, and it was, but the whole series, the whole time I was watching it, it's like, this is the end one. This is the end one. Like, mentally, I was like, this is it. It's over. It's not over. It's great. Next year, right?
Yeah, next year. Yeah. And I have a slight problem with the fact that they're going to be like an hour and a half each episode. It's like, that's a movie.
Yeah, that's really long.
That's like 8 movies.
That is different. That's like Dumbo. Come on.
It's more than Dumbo.
It's more than Dumbo.
It's like, because there's...
If an episode's more than Dumbo, it's a movie.
Is it 8 episodes or 6? I think there's 6 episodes, actually. I might be wrong. And...
Okay.
So there's 6 episodes, and they're all, and they're like an hour and a half long.
Okay. So it's still like 12 hours.
Yeah. It's still technically like probably the same amount that it would be usually.
2 hours. It's like 9 hours because maths and, stuff. I can't maths.
I like it, but that's a lot of time for an episode.
It's not an episode. Exactly. Like, that's the joy of episodes. Like, you've got like between like 30 and 50 minutes on average, or even like 20 to 50 minutes.
20
like,
episodes
that's under
are
an
great.
hour. You can slot the time.
Yeah, you have to like put aside a whole evening to do this episode. It's not something you can quickly watch before bed. No, but I'm still excited for it.
Not. Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, and we will still watch it
obviously.
in an hour and a half. Which everybody knows because they've got such a big following now. So
it's great.
Yeah.
And also, I had The Devil Wears Prada, because that is such a good movie.
Okay, I haven't read the book, though. It's an excellent movie.
It's an excellent movie, and I read the book, I think, last year. So, another one I watched the movie before the book.
Yeah. I don't do this often, says Sophie.
I don't. I just, obviously, the movies I like, I then go back and read the book kind of thing. But yeah, the book was kind of a bit average. I don't really remember much about it. I don't remember if it was the same or if it was not. I just don't remember anything, really. And I have the second one, and I haven't bothered reading the second one, so it can't have been that great. But the movie is awesome.
No, yeah, it is a very good movie. On my list was Stardust.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a book by Neil Gaiman. Stardust came out in like 2007, I think. And so I had watched the movie, not realizing it was a book. Watched the movie, absolutely loved it. It was definitely one of my favorites back in the day. And then a couple of years later, I was like, oh, it's a book. Must read the book. And I just did not enjoy the book at all. And it's really small. Like, it's quite a small one. But I think because I had, like, the wonders of the movie in my head, the book didn't quite stack up.
I don't actually remember liking the movie, but it was a long time
ago. Yeah.
I think it was just more one of those that you just chuck on and kind of don't really concentrate, so I don't like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably should watch it properly, but...
Yeah. And then the other ones were Lord of the Rings, because the movies are flippin' epic and I love them so much, and also New Zealand. But also, my dad read the books aloud to me when I was a kid, so like every day would be a couple of chapters. And so technically I haven't read the books myself, but I've been read the books, and just the movies are just 100% better. And I think it's just because they can cut out like 16 pages of Entish song, and things like that. The Hobbit, however, I liked the Hobbit movies. I don't know why there were 3. Like, that's ridiculous. Peter Jackson, come on. But also, definitely like the book better than the movies for The Hobbit, but the opposite for Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Yep. I definitely like The Hobbit over The Lord of the Rings.
Movies or books?
Movies. I haven't read the books. I've only read The Hobbit, so...
Okay, yeah.
I can't really compare for books. But, yeah, I prefer The Hobbit.
Okay, interesting.
But I think... Because I didn't watch them as a kid. I only watched them, like, in the recent years. And I think I watched The Hobbit before I watched Lord of the Rings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that might be why.
See, maybe that might be why. I feel like people who like didn't go to the movies when they first came out, but have seen The Hobbit now, prefer The Hobbit more. Mm-hmm. But there's like a 15-year gap or something, you know? It's like the technology has changed and like CGI and it's gonna like quality wise. But I just love Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's just so good. We'll have marathons most years of Lord of the Rings. So good. Extended edition, 12 hours. Booyah. It's just so good. So good. Are there books that you've read but you haven't watched the movie yet? So like there's a movie adaptation out, and you've read the book, but you haven't got around to it.
This is where I'm going to go back to the plane, because it's the movie that I watched about 20 minutes of at the end of the plane journey, and it's The Darkest Minds that recently came out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because I really enjoyed the book, I think. I am pretty sure I really enjoyed it. It was a while ago. Mm-hmm. But I remember liking it, and the 20 minutes that I watched are a bit average, so I'm not 100%. Really? It's not like I'm going to download it tomorrow and watch it kind of thing. I'm kind of just more like, I'll get around to it now. Yeah,
and I feel like those 20 minutes are crucial time to get people excited about the movie.
It was between that and Mamma Mia 2, and I'm really glad I chose to watch Mamma Mia 2 first.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Enjoy it? Yeah.
So I'm glad I watched that instead of watching all the Darkest Minds and then watching 20 minutes of Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
That is all I've got written down, but there's probably loads more, because there's always more to watch.
Yeah, there's always more. I've got a couple, like, I try and read the books before I see the movie. So I've read Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, and... So there's that movie that came out this year. And then the Anne of Green Gables on Netflix show, I got really excited about, because I used to love the books as a kid. And I used to watch, there was a series back in the day of Anne of Green Gables that I used to watch as well, that I really enjoyed. But I haven't got around to watching the Netflix show.
I watched the first episode. And I really liked the book.
Your jam?
No, it wasn't my jam. I just didn't like Anne, so you kind of have to like the main character.
Yeah, you have to like her, yeah.
I just thought she could have been cast better, and I didn't really like it, so I haven't continued.
Yeah.
But
I feel like it's sticking around for a while, so...
Yeah, yeah.
And then Paper Towns by John Green. I haven't watched that yet, but I've read the book.
Is that out?
Paper Towns, yeah, I feel like it came out a while ago, unless I'm making stuff up. No, isn't that one with Cara What's-Her-Face in it?
Oh, that might have already come out, yeah.
Delevingne? Yeah, I think that's like a last year or the year before.
I thought, wait, wasn't she in Looking for Alaska? Wasn't she Alaska?
Nah, I think, isn't that the one they're doing at the moment?
Or is she doing it both? Did she do both? Because I sure Cara Delevingne was...
I don't know. I don't know if Looking for Alaska is out yet.
I don't think Looking for Alaska is out either, but I feel like she's in it.
Really? That would be weird casting.
Or I'm just
do that.
Splitting it up and confusing myself.
Maybe.
But I'm going to Google it right now. Looking for Alaska is a TV miniseries, so I'm probably wrong.
Okay. I didn't realize it was going to be a series. I thought it was going to be a movie.
Apparently it's going to be... Oh no, Christine Froseth is going to be Alaska. So she must be who I was thinking. And what's the girl's name in Paper Towns? Oh, yeah, she is. Yes, Margot. Oh, yep, there we go. That's why I got confused. It's a very they're very unique names, Margot and Alaska.
Yeah, that's
totally true. Making excuses for myself. Yeah, I haven't watched that either. That came out 2015.
2015.
What?
Okay. Yeah, so see, that's like long gone.
Seriously? What am I doing with my life? Where have my years gone?
I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah.
Apparently I'm still in 2015.
You're way behind. Yeah. I
wonder I haven't watched some of these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any, I didn't put this on the document, but just thinking about it, are there any movies you haven't seen because you wanted to read the book, but you still haven't read the book?
Yes.
So
but
like,
I haven't prepared for this question, so I don't know what they are.
Oh, sorry. Just because like, if I know a movie's coming out, I'm like, oh yeah, I really want to see that movie, but I really want to read the book first. So like, there's a whole bunch of movies that have been out for several years now that I just haven't seen because I haven't got around to reading the book, including things like Me Before You by Jojo Moyes.
Have you not read that yet?
No, I haven't read it. I actually picked it up this past weekend at this epic book fair that I went to. So I do actually have the book now. But no, I have not read it, and so therefore I have not watched the movie.
Yep. Oh, I like that movie. That movie was good.
And then ones like Wonder. I haven't read Wonder yet, so I haven't watched the Wonder movie, which came out this year.
Oh, yes, I did that. I read and watched it in like the same week. It was great.
Yeah. And then like Me, Earl and the Dying Girl. I remember that movie came out, but I hadn't read the book, so I didn't watch that. Yeah, there was a movie a couple years ago.
Well, that book is on my shelves and still unread, so I should read that.
Me too. And then like Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. Which, and when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh yeah, that looks like fun. Oh, it's a book. I better read the book first. Haven't watched the movie. Haven't read the book.
I've watched the movie, haven't read the book.
And then I feel like, and then things like Outlander, I was like, oh yeah, I could get into Outlander. But then I'm like, the books are like this flippin' big. And internet that's like, you guys know how big Outlander is.
It's huge.
And then it's huge. It's like doorstops. It's like Game of Thrones size. And there's so many of them, and yet the TV show looks like something I could get into because it looks like a lot of fun. But then I haven't watched the TV show because I haven't read the books. But now I'm like, I'm just going to give up and watch the show. Because there's no hope of me ever picking up Outlander because that's ridiculous.
Yep.
Ain't nobody got time for like 20 books at this size. No time.
That was me the other week. I finally just gave up because I don't like listening to soundtracks of musicals before I've seen the musical. And then I'm like,
yeah, me either.
I'm never going to see Hamilton. Hamilton's never coming here. So I'm going to listen to the soundtrack for the first time. And it was great.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that soundtrack gets played a lot in our house. But yeah, unless it comes to like Australia. Like, I don't think it's ever going to come here.
No, I'm sure it will come to Melbourne at some time.
I feel like it's too big. Yeah, Melbourne.
Like Harry Potter's over there.
That'd be great, actually. Like... My friend's going.
Oh.
I was like, what? Are there any movies or shows that are being made or are being released soon that you're looking forward to that have been books that you enjoyed?
Yes. Has The Hate You Give come out yet? It hasn't come out here yet, has it?
Okay, so Ria from Bloggers Bookshelf was talking about this on our previous podcast. Listeners, go check that out. About how it had already come out in the UK.
Had it?
And she'd already seen it. Isn't that what she said? I'm pretty sure that it's already out in the UK, but because we're a bit slow down here. Like, don't quote me on that. We may have to just research that. But I feel like it's out.
It's so annoying because we get it the same week as everybody else. Like, as in...
Or like 3 months later.
Yeah, or like 3 months later. It's so annoying. But I feel like it's out sometime soon. Because they had I saw there was the shows and stuff. The like, premieres going on recently.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's not out in the UK yet, and I made that up. But I thought that Ria had said that she had watched it.
Maybe. I don't know. But apparently we're getting it in January.
January? Okay, does it say when it came out in the UK?
I will have a look.
Or comes out, and then I'm just completely wrong.
November 2nd, it came out in the UK.
So it is already out?
Apparently so.
Okay, but when we talked to Ria...
That would have been before that, so maybe you're just making things up.
Maybe I'm just making things up. Just ignore me, that's cool. But still, that's 3 months later.
That's stupid. I don't understand. Why? Why do we have to get it later than everybody else? Oh, wait, no, Mary Poppins is coming out.
Oh, yeah. Mary Poppins
Returns or whatever it is. I don't even know what it is, but...
Yeah. I don't even know if I've read... Who is Mary Poppins by?
Oh my god, how have I ignored the fact that Fantastic Beasts is out next week?
Yeah, it comes out on Thursday.
Yes.
Or Friday.
That's like the biggest thing. It's not even technically a book. Well, it is technically a book, but like, no, you know what I mean?
It is a book, but you know. It's exciting, eh?
Yes.
It's very exciting.
It is. I was just scrolling through the thing and it popped up. I was like, oh my god, yes. Duh.
That's this week. Yeah. Oh. And we get that on worldwide release.
Yeah, which is good because I'm glad we don't have to wait like 3 months for that.
3 months, yeah. They are turning... Have you read All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven?
Oh, yes, I have.
Yeah, so they're turning that into a movie with Elle Fanning and that guy, is it Justice somebody?
Not sure.
But I think they've recently, like in the past couple of months, finished casting, I think, so that's not going to be for a while yet. But then Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson is like a kind of fantasy series kind of. But I have a feeling, and this may be wrong, but I feel like Emma Watson is going to be the main character in that.
Really?
And I think it's a movie. However, I haven't seen, this is what I saw ages ago, so I haven't seen anything updated, so that may be incorrect.
Okay.
I'm not sure. And then The Passage by Justin Cronin is being turned into a TV show, and I'm like kind of excited to see how they do it, but also kind of terrified because the book is quite creepy and dark.
Yep.
Podcast listeners, please refer to our Halloween episode where I try and explain what it's about and do so very terribly. So that's coming out in, I want to say like next year maybe. I don't know how far along they are. And then Good Omens by Neil Gaiman, or Gaiman, unknown how you say that. That's coming out, and I read that last year, and that was really cool book. It's got David Tennant and Michael Sheen in it, and I think it's going to be a great, I think it's a mini-series. I think there's going to be like 3 or 4.
Yeah. You reminded me of Everything's either come out or coming out, or I don't know, but...
Yes, by Nicola Yoon.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's the one I haven't read yet.
You should read it. It's good.
Especially if the movie's coming out.
I think it may have already... Yeah, has it come out? I don't know.
I feel like maybe it has. I don't know.
I'm currently scrolled through to June at the moment, where Toy Story 4 is coming out.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
The Lion King.
The only other thing was, were there any books that you think would make great TV shows or movies?
So many,
right? I was thinking that too, but then as I thought like deeper about it, I kind of didn't want the visual media to ruin the books as well. So then I was like, actually, I'm going to take that back off my list. Like books that I love and would be cool visually, but also they could totally butcher it and it could be terrible.
Let's say they do an amazing job.
Okay.
Then they're not going to butcher it. It's going to be great. Which books would you like?
Anything by Victoria V. E. Schwab. Any of her books. Any of Laini Taylor's books would be amazing. Also, The Anger of Angels by Cheryl Jordan, which I read a couple months ago. That's quite a recent release, but it's about jesters in kind of medieval times, and I feel like that would make a really fun movie. It's a standalone book, so I think it could be a movie and not a show. But I also I was thinking back to our Rainbow Rowell episode also, and I think like Eleanor and Park would make a super cute movie.
Or
Fangirl,
so
yeah.
Cute.
But then, like, I love Fangirl so much that I didn't want them to ruin it. But if it was going to be epic, then Fangirl.
You get to pick the casting and all that kind of thing.
It would be so great.
It's like the dream movie.
Who would I pick? Yeah, so there are quite a few. Or like Leigh Bardugo or Lee, Six of Crows duology, or the Grisha series would be amazing visually as well because of all the different powers and things that the characters have.
Yeah.
If they didn't butcher it, which is like my main fear. Like, don't touch the baby books. They're amazing. Don't touch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Scythe could be a really cool movie.
Fun story. They're making it into a movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Great.
they are. Yep. And also they're doing Dry.
Really?
Which has literally just come out. Yeah, I saw this on a website the other day that they were doing both. I think they're both going to be movies. And it's amazing that they've already put Dry. I think Paramount is doing Dry. And then Universal's doing the other one. But it's amazing that they put that on the movie list because it's literally just come out in book form.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Because like that would have gone in like the cool dystopian era thing that we had a few years ago when all those kind of things came out. That would have fitted in so well. Yeah.
But then also at the same time, it may have been like overshadowed by all the different ones. So it might be like it's probably a better time for it to come and kind of hit the screens or whatever.
Yeah, because there'll be people just ready for it, ready for another dystopian thing.
Yeah,
and it could be done really cool.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. I would also like Passenger. That book could be really cool as a movie, or actually that could be really cool as a TV show.
Is this Passenger and then
Wayfarer? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I haven't read those yet, but there's a boat in a bottle on the cover, right?
Yep. Doesn't really relate to what the actual thing is about.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
But without spoiling it too much, they kind of they time travel.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I could see it as a cool like Doctor Who kind of series kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
which could be really cool. Yeah. And then I also have A Court of Thorns and Roses because that would just be
I was
epic.
when's she gonna mention that?
I was going to,
which is why I had I had taken Throne of Glass off my list because I was too scared because the characters are so epic and you couldn't.
I was like, if they do it well, it could be really, really cool. And I would love it. But yes, they have to do it really good, otherwise they can't have it.
They have to. Yeah. I feel like especially big series Sarah J. Maas's, they have to be the author would have to be so involved in absolutely everything.
Yeah. I feel like if they came out kind of like the Harry Potters, I think I'd probably just about be happy to say go for it.
Yeah.
But if they're any worse than that,
not perfect, but not
destroying
but still
the
really
world.
Enjoyable. Yeah, you're not just exactly.
With some great actors that haven't been in anything else, because that's my problem with the current thing at the moment is they have 3 actors for all these things and they just pass them around. It's
why is Johnny Depp Grindelwald? I love Johnny Depp, I really do, but I don't understand why he's in Harry Potter.
No.
Yeah.
Or
also Jude Law, but
Jude Law can be in anything. I don't care.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was like it's weird that he's gonna be in Harry Potter, but then at the same time he's allowed to.
It's kind of weird because most actors, I can't see them apart from their main character that they played. Daniel Radcliffe couldn't be in anything else because he's Harry Potter.
Yeah,
but
totally.
Jude Law, he kind of is the character, so you don't really pick him up as anything else.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean. He's just Jude Law playing a character. He's not this character playing another character. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel, because I think what is her name, who plays Rue and now is in Amanda Steinberg, whatever her name is, that girl who is in... She was in The Hate U Give, isn't she?
Yeah, isn't that what we decided? That she's the main...
I think she's the main girl. And then she's also the main girl in Darkest Minds as well, which is recently. And she's also the main girl in Everything.
Yeah.
And it's you can't do that. It's weird. Yeah. And it's also when, what's her name? Divergent Girl. We were just talking about her. I can't remember her name right now.
Yeah, I've just totally blanked on her name as well.
But her...
yeah, how she was suddenly, in everything.
Yeah, she was in everything. She was in The Fault in Our Stars, and she was in Divergent, and then she was in something else, and something else, and it's just it's weird.
So much of her all the time.
Get some new people.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if they're going to be in a series that has more than one movie, like Harry Potter, that you get to know them as the character. That's
commit to the series and nothing else for a little while.
Yeah, Emma Watson can kind of do other things now because we've kind of got used to her doing other things because it's been such a long time between them. Yeah. But
and even Rupert Grint has been in other things as well that I've seen him in. Yeah. Oh, I've just thought of another book that would be a really cool movie if they did it well. And that is the book that I read recently, and I've just completely blanked. Oh, The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell, which I raved about when we were chatting with Erin and Rhea, which I really enjoyed. I think that would be a really cool movie because it's about magic and time travel.
Yeah, just anything like that.
And I think it would just be really cool if they did that.
Yeah, I think anything fantasy, if they do it right, is going to be amazing and great.
Definitely. I think it's probably a lot to do with the setting and fantasy as well, the big wide, so for some reason it's always Lord of the Rings, just sweeping scenes of New Zealand and things. It's just so beautiful and they do it so well.
That isn't how I imagined it, but it looks cool anyway. Great.
Yeah, and magic and special effects and costumes and
things that you can't do yourself, like magic, is really cool.
It's
I want to be able to do that, but I can't, so I'm going to watch you do it instead.
Actually, you know what? The series that I may read next or may not read next, A Sorrow Fierce and Falling, I think this would actually make a really cool, probably a TV show, I reckon. Or a long movie, because there's quite a lot in it you could do. Yeah. But I think that would be cool as well, because it's magic. That's all for episode 9 of Rants and Reviews. Flick us a tweet at Rants and Reviews Pod with some of your favourite book to movie adaptations, or tag us in a post on Instagram at Rants and Reviews. We're nearly at the end of season 1, so we hope you tune back in next time to hear the final episode. Until then, happy reading!